Can you meet me halfway? Come here, little pretty girl, come here. Yeah, we'll go across the ground. Thanks, honey. Here you go. That's what I want. That's a pretty tail girl with brown eyes. Pretty tail, brown-eyed mama. She got brown eyes. She's very different brown eyes. I'm putting my glasses on. I'm going up and down with the stick because on the ground I can't use it. Too much trouble. It's too long. So I'm troubled all the time. Look where I'm sending you guys trying to fix it. Vertigo warning. I used to do vertigo warnings because people have vertigo. I don't want to send y'all for a loop. Honey, what are you doing? I'm going to sit right here with you. I'm going to sit with you, pretty girl. All I'm going to do is sit on the ground. Look, the dog is here. I don't know if the dog, if on the ground thing will work with a dog right here. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to sit on the ground right now before she comes. She doesn't have a lot of choices. Let me get down, see if I can barely see her. Yeah, I can see her. The gimbal's cooperating. Wrong crack. Okay, here she comes. We'll get back. We'll talk her into coming over. Come on, honey. I'm on the ground again. Come on. Here you go. Ted's trying to move in. Here, honey. See her tail? She's got a pretty tail. You want me to get up? Look at her. You want me to come over? Certainly, I'll come over because you're too cute and I know you see the dog. She's like, you got a dog right there. What the hell you want me to do? I gotta put the dog inside. Hey, Ted, come on. We'll pause, put Ted in. Maybe I can get her to sit on my knee. Beat me down the tree and she's running right over, so I'm gonna kneel down. Here, come on. Here. Come on. Here. See if I can get her to touch my knee. Here. Here, pretty. You want another one? Hey, come here. I'll give you another one. Here. She's trying to carry two. Gonna eat it there? Take it home? Gonna get closer now, guys and gals. I got her coming across. I'll get her on my knee by putting a peanut on my knee. I'll come over. There's no dog here now. I gotta get a nice tempting peanut. Is it good? Is that a good peanut, honey? Y'all go back and watch. Like, in the beginning, I couldn't walk up to these squirrels like that. It takes time and patience. And look at her rip that thing apart. I wish I was on Zoom. She's tearing it up. I know I can see better in my eyes than you can unless I put you on Zoom. She's tearing it up. I gotta sit. If I don't sit now, she'll be done and I won't be on the ground. And that scares her when I go down. And I don't want to scare her. I'm gonna set a peanut right here on my knee. Look. Get it out a little further. She can see it. You want a peanut? Come on. Ted? You watch what happens. That's the beginning, guys and gals. Right there, you saw it first time. This is the beginning. Keep coming every day. We're gonna get her. I'm gonna get her sitting here, and I'm gonna reach over and touch and pet the back of her. Hopefully that's how I recall doing it with my dad. It just takes time. You're trying to build up trust with an animal that is feared of its life. And I want to tell you that I don't know how genetics work. Everything's programmed in DNA, and I think it's in their DNA to be afraid of humans because at one time, Americans lived off of squirrel. 1800s, early 1800s, out in the wilderness, you ate squirrel. So I think it was inherently they're afraid of humans. They're afraid of everything. I mean, look how little they are. How you doing, little girl? But I think by talking to them and getting them to know you, I always start by just ignoring them while I work around the yard. That was my very first kit. She was just, I used my tree deck. That was a breakthrough for me because I could put stuff on it and a camera. The ladder was my first step. I don't have the ladder today because I'm using it somewhere, but I put the ladder up. I noticed they climbed down the ladder. I put the peanuts on the ladder. They would sit on the ladder and ignore me while I worked, and then I built the tree deck. Which anything will work as a tree deck. You could put any old table right by a tree and it's a deck. And they started coming to that and feeling comfortable because I couldn't get them to come to the ground at first because they're afraid on the ground because they're scared. They're gonna get eaten. And in the wilderness out here, see, I told people in the beginning, I don't have city squirrels where they used to people walking around all the time and giving them a French fry and throwing food at them. These are wild squirrels. They didn't know what a human was till I came here. You gonna come down? I'm not on the ground yet. See if she'll get used to me and just come over. Here's a nice peanut. She's not waiting. What? Oh, he couldn't tell a peanut from my finger. I'm sorry, honey. I thought she could reach in my palm and choose one or two. At least I was hoping she could. I'm gonna do the two the next. I'm sorry, honey. I scared the death out of her. See how that works? I wasn't paying attention and I went like this and she couldn't tell my finger from a peanut. A lot of animals are colorblind. Dogs can see, I believe it's blue and yellow. Don't buy your dog a red ball and throw it out in the wilderness because you can't see it. And green balls they can't see. I think it's blue and yellow they gotta have. At least blue I know is right. They gotta have but I don't know what she can see. See, they don't have whites in their eyes, which leave me a tendency to believe they can only see certain colors and very dull colors at that. And we got terrible sunlight. And I sure wish I could find that button. There's too many buttons and I don't have my glasses. This video is just going to be sitting with a pretty mama. The mamas with the kits are not down here. This mama is, I'm telling you, I'll tell you how. This isn't my theory, I could be wrong. This mama has pretty brown eyes and a beautiful tail. Look at her tail. But she has none of the white features in her tail, just gray features in her tail. And she does have a speck, a hint of white behind her ears. So I call these squirrels brown eyes because there's a whole bunch of them with that ring around their eye. They just showed up about a month or so ago. Imagine one of the males that comes along has traits that sets into the females. So if you look, you're going to see a lot of them I call white ears. They have big white ears, and one little kit has the whitest ears of them all. And I think I've been able to give her a couple peanuts. Let me yell at Ted. Ooh. I'm leaving it on my knee and I'm not even going near it this time. Let's see what happens. Come on. Come on, honey. See, this is how I can get her to come to the window and trust me. I want him to come to the window. Come on, it's right there. Good girl. Can't see it? You can see it. Good girl. Well, this video is probably going to be a little bit long. Sitting with the squirrels, you know what's funny? I used to call it sitting with the squirrels, but I was in a chair. Now I'm sitting on my butt. Well, I'm going to pause you guys, because you know she takes a while to eat a peanut, and she's hiding on the corner now. It's morning in the hood. We do it every day. I feed squirrels. I'm going to pet one. You guys could come along for the ride. Hey. Once again, I gotta tell you, I gotta get everyone to at least like. That's easy to do. Click, don't cost you nothing, and it helps the channel. We don't have enough likes according to YouTube. They send me letters and say, get your subscribers to like more. I don't like pestering you, but I'm doing it because We got to get monetized. That's the whole key. The more likes, the more views, the more everything. We get to a point where YouTube says, all right, you did enough, you're monetized. And then we just got to watch. And we don't have to worry about everything, but I could use your help getting to that point. Like and share. Show your friends. How many people hand feed squirrels by the dozen or so? You know what I mean? Not to mention, I haven't said this in a while, but I should. Take your Google search engine and put in man hand feeds sandhill crane peanut. See how many results you get. Now you can punch in Google and get hundreds and hundreds of results. Google that and then tell me in the comment how many you got. Because I already know what you're going to get. You coming down, pretty girl? I'm going to give it to you right out of my hand. This time you have such a pretty tail. You are so pretty. You can stay here and eat your peanut. Wasn't I going to pause? See how that happens to me? Never trust me, guys and gals. The grackles came down, took like 3 bites and left. Hang in there, Gimbal. I haven't even set up their food here for the kits. I don't know where the kits are. They're usually up first. There could have been feed here and I slept through them. There is one of those gray birds. I'm dying to find out what it is, if you guys know. It kind of is so pretty. A solid gray though, and it's got a super. If I could get closer, could be a tufted titmouse type thing, but it doesn't have any orange. And I can't see very well, but it's pretty. Well, maybe that was orange on its chest. It could be a tufted titmouse. Anyway, I'm definitely going to pause you this time.